just a ride. Whoa, oh, it's just a ride.
Welcome, welcome, welcome. It is just a ride. What is today, boys?
It's Friday.
Episode 29 on Friday the 13th.
29 skulls, or 29 bones in the skull.
Yeah. Eric Dickerson played football with that number. Rod Carew for
I was kind of
fans.
thinking about all the bones that will get crushed in your little head on Friday the 13th.
For
Man.
being a punk.
Happy Friday the 13th. I love Friday
I
the
do too.
13th.
I do. It comes from like Knights Templars shit or something, but it's still cool.
It's super cool.
And it only happens a couple times a year. Or
Superstitious stuff can be kind of fun.
It can be.
I like embracing things that are supposed to be unlucky.
Yeah, well, and
Yes,
even
exactly.
if you
Black
don't,
cats. I've always had black cats. I'm like, fuck it. I step over it all the time. I look at it. It's great.
and I gotta say that even though
Or
you
hats
don't,
inside.
even though you don't believe that shit, like walking under ladders and breaking mirrors, you still think about it.
You do.
Whenever you're around, it doesn't
Fucking
matter.
Mom, thanks a lot, Mom. My mom was like reminding me. She's like, that crack will break my back, motherfucker.
You kind of.
Dude, watch out
Meanwhile,
for
I'm
your
over
mom.
here like, step.
I know. Shaiden's like, I don't have that relationship with my mom.
I'm mad at you.
I'm not careful at all.
You took away my Nintendo.
And future things. I know there'll be future things.
Yeah, you gotta wonder where some of that superstitious stuff like came from, though. Like,
Probably
what if,
giggle that
what if
shit.
what if there was like actually a fucking valid reason for some of that shit to come about, right? Like some of this folklore that people are like, oh, that's superstitious nonsense. It's like, well, but in the tiny village in Latvia where it was invented, fucking vampires would come and drain you of blood in the middle of the night if you broke a mirror. So
If you did step on a crack, they'd know, and they'd come and they'd kill your mom. Like, what? They would know.
you never know. That's all I'm saying.
It's possible. It'd be fun. It's fun to trace back
Just gonna toss a
superstitions.
little bit of salt over my left shoulder right now. Just
Where'd that one come from? Like that.
Is that supposed to be good luck? I never
Yeah.
understood what
that's
that one was
supposed
about.
to.
That's supposed to undo
negate,
bad luck,
yeah,
right?
Undo bad
Yeah.
luck.
It's pretty tough to go by a fountain without chucking a penny in it.
Mhm.
You know.
Sure.
It's a good racket that fountain owners have going on there.
Yeah, that's a good point.
Fucking
Wonder how
Coinstar.
Wonder how much money they make, like in Vegas. What's the Bellagio?
Yeah, with that big ass fucking thing. I wonder how many rare coins have gone through there where it's like somebody jackass. I'm the jackass. I may have had $1 million like rare printed coin
That's
penny.
probably-
Do you think they
I
ever
wonder how
clean
many
it
times.
out?
$100 chips.
Probably not.
What if there's
I
like some fucking crazy like blood covered gangster coins?
Gotta be,
fucking
right?
chilling in there.
In Bellagio or like the Flamingo back in the day or some
Right.
shit. Yeah. Fuck. I don't even know what. The Mirage probably still has some gangster shit from the Rat Pack days or something. I don't know.
Anyway, these are the things we think about.
This is a super organized intro.
Nothing but productive things in our brains.
Well, welcome to the show. We're excited to once again ride together. I call myself on this show the Peebah. I'm Zach.
I am affectionately titled the Poobah.
Hey, Shaiden.
And I am the bear. In other words, the unclothed hairy
The
animal.
naked
But I'm not hairy.
mammalian bipedal. No, that's a quadruped. You're a quadruped. I feel like we're
I'm a
calling-
weasel. I'm in the weasel family.
Can you be bear and also bearbaw? He can go by both. Like you could be
So
Prince
somebody
and a symbol, if you will.
somebody referred to AJ as Baby Bearbaw, and I thought that was super cute. So he's Bearbaw.
Baby bearbaw. Okay.
Yeah.
Well, but you're bearbaw.
But it doesn't matter. It was.
You got to
cute
be a
on him.
fucking baw to be equal with us. You're not equal to us if you're
You're
not a
right.
baw.
I'm not.
You're
Zach's-
below us. You're below
Zach's
us.
never going to let this go. Every single episode is going to start with this.
Be a fucking baw! All right. Well, he's not a baw, but his name is Jeff, and that's Shaiden, and whatever. And so
Zaquish.
I'm Sagwish. And we always start the show off with a police story. Or
Police
some other kind of thing.
Jeff Getchell's got some police stories for you. It's gonna make you feel like a police story guy.
I think it gets better every
It
week,
gets,
personally.
it's
yeah.
certainly like Grammy award winning stuff.
This week's not so much about stories, but it's about things that I did to entertain myself and the folk that I dealt with.
That should be interesting.
Some
I've heard a
fun
few of these
things.
stories.
Yeah, some fun
Shaiden has
stuff.
too, I bet.
We'll start with traffic stops. Some of the fun things that I would do on traffic stops, I would get a big bag of candy and stop a car. First off, if you got stopped by me, yeah, I stopped you for a stupid traffic violation because I have to. That's the reason that That's my reason to find out who's in the vehicle and what's going on.
Right.
But we'll just call it what it is. It's trying to find out who's in the car, what's going on, looking for bad
Because you look
behaviors.
suspicious. This
Yeah.
is, well, okay, this is good. Good to know, everyone. Write this down.
Suspicious.
So I wasn't the guy that was going to write you the ticket necessarily. Anyway, so if
He
I
thought you
stop
were coming from a drug house. and
Yeah.
you wanted-
If I thought it was going to be a good stop and it ended up not being a good stop and it was what we would just call boring people, which was law-abiding citizens, I would come back up with candy and just give them candy and send them on their way.
Like, would it not be a criminal piece of shit? Is that what you're saying?
Yeah, basically.
What a judgmental
Yeah.
son of a bitch. And
Hey,
goddamn
use your
police force
signals,
forgot.
by the way. Have some candy. Have a nice day.
If dentists and doctors do it, I think policemen and women should do it as well.
It's kind of a checkup, isn't it?
Yeah.
It's very similar. All right, you guys are making a lot of logical sense that I didn't know existed. Continue,
the other
my
one
friend.
that was fun. So, if I did stop you, and let's say you had a suspended license in this state, that's an arrestable offense. It's a misdemeanor, but you can go to jail for it. So you would get arrested, be in the back of my car, and up till Arizona versus Gant came out, we would search cars incident to arrest. That's how we would find a lot of drugs, a lot of, illegal, guns, things like that. So we would search cars. And I never really cared a whole lot about user amount of drugs, but I was looking for drug dealers. Anyway, after I went through your car and found what I found or didn't find, and if it was just something I wasn't worried about, I still had the option to take you to jail, but I really didn't want to do that. I could write you a citation after my conclusion. If I felt that a citation was good enough, then that's what I was going to do. But I wanted to have fun with it. I didn't want to just take you out of cuffs and give you a ticket. That's not fun. So I had the get out of jail free card from Monopoly and the go directly to jail card from Monopoly, and I had them in envelopes.
Yikes.
So I would have them pick an envelope, and if it was the get out of jail free card, I would just take them out of handcuffs and let them go. And if it, and they would get their citations still, but they didn't go to the People Zoo, so that was good.
Right, that is a benefit.
And if it was the go to jail card, it was on the back of the card. It said, "Or answer the officer's following question." So you would really have to dumb these questions down. So I'd have to be like, at first it was like, name the 7 doors, and people would be like, cunty, bitchy, slutty. They're just stupid. So I'd have to name it.
Set them up a little bit.
Yeah, I'd
for your
have to be
entertainment,
like,
huh?
how about 3? Name 3 of the 7 doors, or name a Pixar movie, or something stupid like that. So that was always fun, and they never. It made it enjoyable for them. Like, oh my God, you're really gonna let me go? Well, yeah, you picked the get out of jail free card. I told you I would. So.
I have to. It's a law.
Yeah.
And that becomes a story that's told later. It's like, dude, fucking guy let me go because of the card
You-
from Monopoly, bro.
Getch, will you tell our dear listeners about Rockstar?
Oh yeah.
Because that's my personal favorite.
So
I don't know. I don't know if
it's
that
more
is.
of a visual.
It's
more of a
okay. You
visual
can
one,
describe
but-
it. I believe in you.
So, and the DUI stuff, I didn't do a lot of DUIs myself. Well, after I moved to Spokane, I didn't. So I haven't really done DUIs, but I have done some field sobriety tests, and some of the the funnest one that I used to like to do is I'd have somebody standing with their feet shoulder width apart, and I'd explain, okay, so what you want to do is you want to take your left arm, point it across to your right hip down into the ground. And then you would say rock. And then you bring it back up and extend your left arm up to the left side of your body to the sky and say star. And they need to repeat that 10 times. So you can picture their left arms going down across their body and they're going rock, bring it up. Star.
Wait, picture
rock. Star.
Picture
rock,
like disco, yeah.
Yeah, so it was basically John Travolta.
Yeah, John Travolta, exactly, yeah.
And they would do it. So that was fun.
That must have been awesome for people driving by. Like going, what the fuck is going on? It's got the lights,
People
it's got
driving
the
by are
dance.
like, oh, he's going to jail for sure.
Imagine if they're listening to music in their car and they see that because the lights with the car and then the dancing and their
Ooh, it's a
music. It's
rave.
like, this is great. Did we even leave the club? Oh my God, let's go to the next one.
And then I really liked Rochambeau. Rochambeau was always fun to do too. So
I can't believe you did these things. I love it.
Yeah, somebody would have some,
it's so human.
stupid little warrant or something like that, and And I'd be like, okay, best out of 2, Rochambeau. And most of them like, what the fuck's that? I'm like, rock, paper, scissors. Okay.
Technically, Rochambeau's kicking each other in the nuts.
It is
just for the record.
Dick kicking.
Is it? Oh, okay. Anyway, so rock, paper, scissors. So I would do best 2 out of 3, whoever would win. And if they won, I'd let them go. If they lost, they went to jail. And they appreciate it. But one of my favorite ones was, it was wintertime. It was in the negative degrees. It's 5 o'clock in the morning. I got off at 5:30. And there was this dude out when he shouldn't be out in an area he shouldn't be. I couldn't help myself. I had to go have a chat with him.
Right.
And throughout talking to him, basically I got about an 8-ball of meth out of his pocket on a consent search, by the way. Why he let me search his pockets, I don't know, but he did.
Yeah.
So I cuff him up, and I'm just thinking, God damn it, I don't want to be overtime. It's cold. I'm tired. So I'm like, here's the deal, dude.
This guy isn't a real threat.
No, I'm like, I'm gonna take you out of handcuffs. We're gonna do rock, paper, scissors. Best 2 out of 3. He's like, no way. I'm like, yeah, let's do it. He's like, well, what if I win? I'm like, you go, you walk. You don't get your dope back, I'm gonna get rid of it.
He got so nervous. I bet in
you
his
walk.
head, he's like, I gotta play this for real, for keeps, motherfucker.
I mean, it's negative degrees, and we're 1-1.
Oh,
we both
man.
have a win. I mean, it's down to the final moments. He's like, okay, and dude, he's sweating.
Yeah,
I mean, he's
okay.
sweating in negative
I thought
degrees.
so.
And he's like, okay, let's go. He's like, wait. Shaking his arms out, getting his
gonna
hands
help.
ready to go.
Shit.
He's like, okay. 1, 2, 3. And he throws scissors and I throw rock. And both of us like,
Oh no! Can you do best 2 out of 3? Yes, 6. Just keep going.
I have one of those coming up too.
Okay.
So, yeah, I hooked him. He went to jail.
He
He's
had to
like,
go.
dude, you wouldn't let me go. I'm like, oh, you don't understand. I'd have let you
really
go.
wanted to
I
let you
really don't want to do this right now.
I got a question for you. If he would have done what you do kind of sometimes when you're cheating in it, when you watch the person
Yeah.
kind of go down a little bit before you do, if he would have done that, would you let him go? If he kind of would have
If
cheated?
he cheated, no. No. God, no.
I mean,
Don't cheat.
not cheat, but like
He's straight up.
The cunty kind of cheat, though.
That's
Like
the
not-
cheating is
okay.
cheating.
Would you-
Even if it's a little cunty or a lot cunty, it's
You would have
still
booked him
cheating.
harder, wouldn't you? You would have
It
booked
would
him
have
real
pissed me
good.
off if he'd have tried to cheat. But he was
Did you
straight
guys,
up.
Did you guys ever use yes/no coins? You ever done that shit? That's one of my favorite things. It's just like, oh, let fate decide.
Nice.
Be like a
Heads,
yes/no
tails.
coin.
You ran your life by the
Oh, you
I have
got
one.
one.
I have one that I carry with me all the fucking time. Nice.
Nice.
You
That's how you do
actually
your
did.
crossroads fucking decision making, eh?
Yes, no, yes, no. It's just every once in a while, it's like, you know what? This isn't a super consequential decision, but we'll just let fate decide. Yes.
Rochambeau?
I
does
will
mean
buy
getting
the
kicked
PlayStation 5. All right.
My favorite Rochambeau, though, was these two. They were younger adults. They were just drunk
make-
and kind of being ass clowns out. And they were just kind of being a bit of a problem. So we got a call on them, and I contact them, and a couple other deputies roll up, and we're dealing with these guys. And one guy's being okay. One guy's just being kind of a jackass. And jackass dude ends up having a warrant, but it's like a stupid warrant. It's like some $250 like fishing warrant. I mean, it's dumb, really dumb. So I'm like, okay, dude, you got a warrant.
For fishing.
Tell you
That's
what.
Crazy.
Best 2 out of 3 Rochambeau. Of course, I have to explain to him what that is.
Right.
I'm like, all right. So we go this, and of course I beat him. I really didn't want to take this guy. I'm like, okay, 3 out of 5. Okay.
Right. For us.
Pretty
7
sure,
out of 10.
yeah.
Yeah. You're just like,
Yeah, we're like up to like 15 out of 31, dude. Let's go. And I beat him every time. I must have beat him 40 fucking times in a row. And finally, like, you know what? You are too stupid to be out in public. If you can't win one, you have got to go to jail. And his buddy just falls on the ground laughing. Just like, I can't believe you can fucking win one. You're such a loser.
That's probably haunted, and they've probably got a nickname for
It's a
him.
good friend.
And the two guys that's
That's based around that.
two deputies that were there with me, they're just
Lucky.
like, couldn't believe what they were watching. Like, are you really doing this? I'm like, yeah, I do this all the time, dude. Like, it's cool. It's good.
So give us a story of. Did you ever get to let anybody go that way, or are you getting there?
I did let a guy go, another guy who had a warrant. In fact, one of my ex-girlfriends was riding with me that night. It was on the 4th of July. And this guy had a warrant, and it was actually from one of my original arrests. And I recognized him. And they were watching fireworks down by the fairgrounds. And I contacted him, and I know he's got a warrant, but he happens to be there. Like, he's got 2 kids. He's got his girlfriend. He's actually doing pretty good. So I'm like, I'll tell you what, dude. Best 2 out of 3. And he's like, you're so full of shit. I'm like, no, really, man. I'm serious. Best
Nobody
2 out of
ever
3.
believed you, did they?
No.
Not
God,
one
no.
of them, huh?
No.
Okay.
And he and we got through the 1-on-1 again, which is always great when you're down to that.
In your mind, you're like, this is kind of the maximization of this entertainment for me.
Yeah, it's super fun to me.
World
you
Series, fucking 9th inning, 2
And
outs.
and he won, and I'm just like, all right, bro, go take care of your warrant. He's like, are you serious?
That's so cool.
I'm like, yeah, man, you're with your family. I don't want to ruin it. I mean, I knew you had a warrant. I was going to take you.
I
But I
would've
didn't know you're
ruined
with
it
your
if you'd
family.
lost.
But yeah, if you'd have lost, he's like, what if I'd have lost? I'm like, I would have taken you. I'm fair.
Man of my word.
I'm fair. If I win, you go. But you won. See you later. And he just started crying, and yeah,
That's
he was
badass,
super
man.
emotional about it. I'm like, dude, you won it fair and square.
When life
to go.
you were you, but you represented something that life doesn't usually do, where it's like, here's a little bit of justice that you can kind of earn because fucking A, why not? Here you go. And that's kind of cool. That's special. That's why I think I want to get. What do you guys think about doing a Just a Ride challenge coin with yes and no on the sides? I really, really like that idea. Throw that in your pocket. That's kind of fun. Best 2 out of 3 though, guys. Don't just go straight with the yes. And the
Yeah,
no.
I like
Do-
that. Yeah.
You
I
guys
will
down?
say, though, in my first
See
divorce,
if we
we,
can come up with this.
flipped a coin over property, and I am not a good coin flipper. We did best 2 out of 3. Dude, I lost a dog. I lost some couches.
Oh, fuck.
I lost my hunting dog
Okay,
out
let's
of that
rethink
one.
of this. Let's see if the
let's
listeners
test it,
care.
Jeff. Flip it and see what you get.
Whoops.
Careful of
Do
all
I have
the
to hit the
careful
ground
all
or
the
in the
vi-
hand?
Hey,
In the
Jeff.
hand.
Careful
Yeah.
all the very breakable
I know.
behind
I've seen all that. We'll do.
Crack.
Go in the. See, that was
Jeez,
cheesy.
come on, man.
Well, I can't see what I'm doing over here. That was a yes.
Hey, there
So,
you go.
we'll see how it goes.
Bodes well.
Fair enough. All right.
Here we go. There we Should have quit while you were ahead.
And then Mrs. Scriptkeeper comes
Yeah, that
and
was a yes
kills you
again, too.
dead.
All right.
So anyway, on the coin flipping, so years ago, it was a same-sex couple, who they were fighting. I couldn't figure out who the primary aggressor was. You're supposed to take the primary aggressor to jail. They were both such assholes as human beings. I couldn't figure out which one it was. Pulled out a quarter.
Oh.
And call it heads or tails. And
Who called it? Or I mean, who just to call it? One of the two.
Well, the first
you didn't call it.
somebody had to win.
So, yeah.
So the first one flipped and won. Second one flipped and lost, and they went to jail. And then, like 6 or 7 years later, I heard about somebody getting fired for doing that in another state. I'm like,
yeah.
that sucks.
All of this is
But-
probably not okay.
Yeah, probably not supposed to do that.
I've been
but
thinking
you know
that
what?
pretty much since the beginning of this, but it's like,
If it's a mandatory arrest,
but it makes sense for the government because they're asking human beings to not be human beings, and that's why the government doesn't make sense. Another reason why the government doesn't make sense, but another reason
You
that
could
a
say
human
it's
so,
being-
and I'm not really getting into the. I'm not going to
Unreasonable?
get into the whole investigation, but really, this was one. I'm like, I could have just randomly selected one because they were both
right
at fault.
and this was as good a way as any.
Yeah, it's like
So-
that was as fair as I could possibly be because I had to take somebody to jail because an assault occurred both ways.
It just seems like it's flippant because it's a thing that kids would do for,
Right.
But it's also funny.
but it was
And you
about
can
as
be- you're
honest
allowed
and
to be
fair as I
human.
could. It was about as honest as fair as I could do. If the government's telling me that yes, you are going to take someone's rights away from them,
Yeah.
I would prefer to go. You guys get your shit together and figure it out. I'm not here to make your relationship better.
Right.
You know,
People need
I-
to fix the laws if they want that stuff to.
But I
mandatory
handled
stuff.
it that way, and that's how it went. And then there's some shit.
You
I
got
probably,
a mountain of stories with that.
any
really.
fun that I had, I could probably get fired for. Basically,
If you're a human in a job
yeah.
like that,
Any time that I tried to have fun, in hindsight, I could have gotten fired.
right?
So,
And you're kind of a fun-loving guy.
and I just like to have fun. Yeah.
Girls just wanna have fun.
I was known for the guy that was going to kick your door in. I was probably going to beat your ass, but I'm going to have you on the curbside, and we're going to have a long conversation until you cry, and then I'm going to hug you, and we'll probably be friends.
Yikes! Good stuff.
No, that's how I
That's how I start
my
my
career.
friendships too.
I like to have them piddle
You'd be
a little
amazed
bit.
how many of them started that way.
A little submissive urination, but that's how you build. Police story.
Yeah, so that's about not really a story, just
Not stories.
silly things.
Jeff was not doing police stories. Yeah. Jeff's got his hand over his face in the Picard. He won't know what the Picard thing is.
I got you.
Okay, he's frustrated now. He's getting punched.
No,
back.
I gotta rub my skull on that one.
Okay. Good thing we don't have headphones on. That'd be maybe a little loud in his ears about his police stories.
That'd be awesome.
It'd be stereo.
That would only make
You
us
really
do it
actually
more.
got to make a tune and just plug it in.
I think it's better.
We
that
are
we
making
do.
it too.
Yeah, I mean, we're two singers. We're doing our best. These
That
guys know.
sounds
It's-
fucking great.
Please start me.
We're gonna be on fucking Ryan Seacrest
Seacrest for sure.
Seacrest.
Singing our asses
Top 40,
off.
baby. Let's go.
That's right. Thank you. Did you have anything more? I just wanted to sing the song.
I'm sure I'll come up with more shit.
We can visit this again.
Yeah, we'll
'cause
come
this
back
is kind
to
of
it.
a fun one.
I did all kinds of funny shit like that, though.
Yeah. All right. Well, that official song ended that official segment.
Join us next week for more police stories.
Was that more along the lines of what you wanted?
Or
More calm?
another one I would do if it was just a regular, normal, boring person, like on a traffic stop or something. I didn't get anything. I was like, oh, well, I before I came to work, I selected your birthday, the day and month, as that if anybody was born on this day, they weren't going to get a ticket, and I'll be damned. It's your birthday. See you later, and they would believe it. And I think I've already told it.
That's
I would also like not give them a ticket, but I would like I'd start singing Baby Shark just to get it stuck in their head.
You still get a punishment.
Yeah, which is way worse than any type of money.
Did anybody give you a like, oh, can I just have the ticket?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'd prefer to pay.
Could I just be pepper sprayed a couple times? That'd be better. Okay, well, thank you for that. That's some silly ass shit. And yeah, you probably should have gotten into trouble for all those things, but I'm glad
why?
you didn't.
But why would I?
I know, because you're a human, but because of the rules, I believe, and because it's yeah, I think you're supposed to be super serious the whole time.
I couldn't be
You do law enforcement.
I was hardly serious in my job.
I think you were really effective as a negotiator and as a just a person to deal with. Like you were a different level of dealing with the people that I watched you deal with.
I
and stuff,
wasn't
because you were funny.
The
and-
cookie cutter government representative
Right.
in uniform. I was
Right.
a human being.
You actually work against the reasonableness party because you're a pretty good advertisement for government, and that's not. I don't like that. I don't like that. But anyway, all right. Let's move on to something that could take us quite a while to get through, or might take us 10 seconds. I don't know. But it's planning versus reality, and the concept therein.
I hate it.
That's a shame. Well, you gave it to us.
Fuck.
Son of a.
I mean, I love it.
Tell us where we're going. Where are we going? I get it though. I think you can. It kind of tells it's on itself there a little bit. But
Yeah. So okay.
where are you coming from?
So I've been reading about this a little bit recently, and it's this whole philosophical school of thought that basically puts forth that planning and visualizing something has a degree of agency, but almost invariably when it comes down to actually extrapolating that into real world experience, it counts for very little.
I agree.
Which is an interesting thing, because people are always, singing the praises of visualization and this applies to learning about things in an academic sense too. You could become an expert on snowboarding by reading about it and researching it and interviewing people that do it and learning all the ins and outs of it and how a board works. And when you set foot on a board in real life, even after all that, you're going to fall on your ass.
Yeah.
Repeatedly.
Yeah, I mean, you can
gravity
be
you don't learn from the book.
you can be a black belt in karate, but never be in a fight. The first time you're in a street fight, probably not going to work out very good necessarily.
Yeah, maybe not. And that's a whole other thing, because a lot of martial arts now are more geared towards competition than they are towards actual, real world self-defense. So not all of them, but
Although judo and jiu-jitsu, if you're rolling and fighting on a mat, you're probably going to do just fine on the
You
street.
should be into jiu-jitsu if you want to learn to protect yourself. Is what I fucking learned in this world. Like that is the superior. The MMA fighters are showing us what the superior
Jiu-jitsu
fighting
and Thai
style is.
boxing probably the best too. And actually, if you have a background in wrestling, that's a great base to start with.
yeah.
But knowing
Which
5% more than a
essentially
normal-
judo is just a form of wrestling, more or less, with
Throwing.
with
A lot of throwing,
wrestling,
judo.
throwing, and fucking pressure locks and chokes.
Yeah,
I got choked out a lot in judo.
I spent a lot of my youth getting choked.
It was pretty funny, actually. My sensei used to tell all the people that were new, he'd say, make sure that you go pee before class, because if
Choke the piss
if you
out of
get
you.
choked out and you piss on my mat, you're cleaning it up.
Well, I mean, I say
It's
wrestling.
not a good moment, I
I
don't
say wrestling's a good base because it's good for takedowns and stuff like that, and actually understand ground competition. But the rules are so different. I mean, you don't want to get on your back in wrestling, where in judo and jujitsu mostly, you
defend
can
from your
defend
back,
from
yeah.
your back.
Yeah.
You know, I mean, how can you defend yourself if your face is in the ground? You really can't very well.
Well, dude, you've been in more fights than most people will ever dream of. Like, how often do you even get to think about any kind of move that you ever use? Like, what's the...
Well, that's the whole point, is
Well,
practicing enough to where it just becomes natural, or you see the opening for it, and you're like, oh, I know what to do here.
Yeah.
And it just kind of clicks. And I was never some great ground fighter. I'm okay. But there's a lot of guys
You
that
spend a
kick
lot
it.
of time in the gym, though.
Yeah,
compared
I
to
spend
somebody
a lot
that
of time
doesn't. That's a big difference.
I spent a lot of time getting my ass kicked in the gym.
But for
that
somebody that doesn't
ultimately
know how to
helped
fight
me
at all.
on the road is really what happened. Yeah.
Well, that kind of extrapolates into the premise that we're exploring here, because the experience is the thing that counts the most across the board, and it to the point where you've had enough repetitive experience that whatever the thing is becomes more of a reactionary extension of you than something that you consciously think about. That's how you gain a degree of mastery over anything. I mean, I can parlay that into my experience with learning an instrument, you know, like playing guitar. I'm not when I play a song that I know, that I've played hundreds of times, I'm not thinking about, oh, what's the next chord? Oh, this is the chord I'm playing.
Right.
This is the strumming pattern. It just comes out of me because of repetitive experience. You know?
Repetition creates muscle memory.
Yep.
And so there's the philosophical point that this is all leading up to, because that's all. I mean, when you examine it, it's like, well, yeah, no shit, you know, like the old Clint Eastwood quote: "Everybody's got a plan until they get punched in the face." You know? Like,
Which is really true.
it's true.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, and it's not to say that learning about things and visualizing them isn't good to do, because it is.
It's very valuable, and
Yeah.
it could be part of like a meditative process too.
But the data bears out that experience is by far the more weighty side of the equation when it comes to becoming skillful in a certain thing. And the philosophy that this book I'm reading was trying to drive home was that we are living in a world where things are being designed so that we don't have to have raw experience with them any more than we absolutely have to. You know, so like cars would be a good example. Old cars that I like, I favor them for this reason. Old cars, you feel everything that's happening. You can hear the shit that's happening. There's a lot of mechanical elements involved. You know, you can feel
Kind of smell what's happening.
if the rotor got overheated and is warped, you can feel that in the pedal when you push the brakes, kind of shit. You know, you can hear the actual sound of the engine. Then you fast forward to a lot of modern, especially luxury cars, everything's being fed to you through a series of sensors, and like even I think as BMW and a few other manufacturers are doing this now on their cars that are so well sound insulated and they run so quietly, they're piping in fake car
like the
noises
Tesla
through
too,
your,
with the no engine. So
through
it's
your
like
through your
electric.
speakers,
Yeah.
and it's like that's all of that is kind of eroding your ability to gain experience from the thing and actually become skillful at it. So it's actually all these things, and you talk about the safety features too, like auto braking when it senses something in front of you and all that kind of shit. It basically gives people permission to become less engaged in the experience, and therefore they never really become skillful at it, and they become more lax in it, and it creates more harm than it prevents.
I see this as one of the negatives of video games.
All right, well, we're done talking
Yeah,
about
that's
That's what I thought.
oh, it's not because you're right.
No, I see what you're saying.
Yeah.
Yeah, I didn't. It's not a right or wrong. I'm saying it can be a negative on
Yeah.
video games.
Yeah,
for sure.
Well, I think it's just I think the main point that this book was trying to make was that it's not necessarily an anti-technology statement. It's just that you can't allow, or you would be unwise to allow technology to rob you of the desire to actually go and experience things. You know,
Well,
like
think-
play a video game, but if something really attracts you in there, like, wow, that's a really beautiful landscape. go find some of that in real life.
Yeah,
you know,
exactly.
like that type of shit.
Totally.
But look at what's happened just in American life in general since the Industrial Revolution. I mean, so many things because of different technologies, our lives have become much easier.
Yeah, way easier.
So when there's some sort of catastrophe, or the power goes out for a few days, nobody knows what the fuck to do. They genuinely don't know what to do because they've never had to do it before. And they never even thought about it because everything is kind of just handed to you in life as far as that goes.
You had an interesting... We all experienced the power outage for... Well, we have a really great power company where I live, but and it never loses power.
14
knock on my
days
dick.
over here, dude. 14 days
Yeah.
no power.
So
I
you came
was-
back from the
yeah.
woods and saw like people basically running around like cavemen, dude. We were
Losing their
fucked up.
fucking minds. And I'm like, yeah, I haven't had power the whole time I've been gone. What?
You know, you could hold it down a little better than this, guys. Come on. But you went home to like fucking what's going on? And it's like, well, we're cooking shit in the bathtub now, and fucking we gotta. No,
I mean, people are so, I come back to find out people are so worried about, they couldn't get on their phones, whether for emergency purposes, but probably Facebook. That was
well,
really the
1,000.
biggest
Everybody's
issue.
life is on their phone now, so I mean, their businesses,
But,
their kids.
dude, I did-
But it wasn't then. I mean, it really wasn't as much then when that happened. I mean, that was 7, 8 years
14,
ago.
yeah, 2000.
7 years ago. So, no. Yeah, about 7 years ago when that
yeah,
happened.
yeah.
I did actually pretty fine during that. Like my neighborhood was without power for among the longest of neighborhoods in Spokane, as I understand it. We went 2 weeks right before Thanksgiving. Like I think my power came back on the day of Thanksgiving.
Happy Thanksgiving.
But I mean, I had a fireplace in my house at the time, so I just like hung up blankets over entryways and windows to like insulate the room, and lit a fire and stayed toasty warm.
Read some books.
And then like I was like, well, I kind of need a bath, so I heated up water over fire and till I had enough to fill the tub enough to get clean, and I had a nice warm bath.
I mean, there's a lot of people, though, that it blows my mind. They've never used anything but a microwave.
Yeah.
Like, and they understand that they can just push one button and that means a minute, and this one means 2 minutes, and this one's 3 minutes. So if they've got 11 minutes, they can't figure out. They got to actually type in 11 minutes, 111100. That's, and then that goes out. They're like, I don't know how to use the oven.
Right.
Like, I mean, we're talking, and the oven in itself is quite an invention, right?
Yeah, absolutely.
So
Step up from a log.
Yeah,
and
the
fucking-
more technology. Yes, technology. There's good, but there's always an unintended consequence, and I think that it
We don't know what
can
we're
be
doing.
detrimental to life.
We're
No,
just
it's all
making
new.
shit happen. Yeah, we're like, well, let's try this. To people like this, oh fuck, make 1 billion of them. Oh, they don't like 1 billion. All right, put 500 million of them in some place, bury them with the ET video game, and
is a
we'll
lot-
start over again.
This is a lot of why I think it's so important to go out and put yourself in uncomfortable situations on a regular basis.
Just in case some asteroid hits and it's like you managed to be alive. It's
If
like
nothing else,
fuck.
just for the mental.
Damn it, I'm alive.
just so you can mentally go, okay, something bad's going on here. I've been in bad situations before. How did I handle those? Okay, now how am I going to handle this? And you may not really have an answer, but at least you might feel a little less panicked.
What do you say
that
to people?
perfectly illustrates the point that I was talking about.
Right.
It's just like if you do that intentionally, then you actually have some experience to apply to it if it should come up unexpectedly.
What do you say to people that are critics of like the bug out bag world and this kind of stuff? The kind of paranoia.
I'm not going to your funeral. Generally,
Right.
I just think they're far
But-
too comfortable. Like I don't know. I don't understand how anybody could feel that degree of assurance in their security in any society. I mean, if history is an able teacher, every society crumbles eventually.
I remember people in San Francisco making fun of people like that. I'm like, you should have a bag ready to run the fuck out of your city because it's on a fucking fault line. I lived there for a while and I couldn't believe that
I mean,
mentality.
it's become a platitude now, but it's true. It's better to have it and not need it than
Yeah.
need it and not have it. You
But-
know? And it's not even. It doesn't take a ton of effort to throw together a decent bug out bag.
No.
but most
Like-
people are so dependent
Give you a couple
on the
days.
services that are so readily available to them that they couldn't even fathom what they would have to do that.
Yeah,
And they don't
well,
take the time.
there are a
to
lot
find
of people
out.
that would just rather bite the dust if that happens too. Like they're like, I don't want to have to live in a world.
Right.
I
without
can't
all
go to
this shit,
fucking
you know?
Starbucks every day. I'd rather fucking die anyway.
And
Yeah.
can you,
that's kind of true.
Can we flip it a little bit though? Doesn't it seem like on one level, what a society our ancestors and the people that have kept this shit are the geniuses of our fucking species. What a society we've built to where people feel comfortable enough to where they're like, I don't see the weakness in this. This is strong, and I'd rather go down with the ship.
I think
than
the pendulum
fucking
just swung. It just swung too far to one side.
does it make us weaker? Does it make us?
Absolutely.
It does make us weaker, I think, and I think that we could stand. And I don't know if I want to speak for the reasonablest party on this, but it doesn't seem unreasonable to me that we could stand to fucking take the bumpers off the lane a little bit more. You know what I mean? Like, so
I want to make the roads safer, Shaiden. I want to heat them up, light them up.
Here's an interesting statistic about that, actually. Roads that are narrow and windy and have shittily painted lines and not very many signs have far fewer traffic-related accidents than roads that are very well maintained.
That might be
and
because they
wide
have a far fewer amount of traffic on it as well.
Well, so this was,
and they also just disappear into a precipice.
The main
as
study on this was in Poland. You guys can look it up, but it's in Poland, and the prevailing idea about it was that without that feeling of like, oh, I'm pretty safe, I've got all this stuff looking out for me, without that feeling, people slow the fuck down, they pay more attention, and
that makes sense,
and it creates fewer.
This is, you said Europe,
you know,
right?
Yeah, I think I'm pretty sure it's Poland. Yeah.
Okay,
but it's been done other places,
like
too.
Autobahn and stuff like that. Yeah, I think they just have a little bit more. Yeah, I'd be curious to see,
because people are just simply more engaged in the experience. So there's just not this false sense of security where they're just like, oh, it'll be fine. And I feel that way about society too. People are just like, oh, well, I don't know, all this shit's handled for me, so it'll be fine. I don't really have to pay too much attention to it. Like, if we take away just a little bit of that, or just lean it more towards like, well, you have to pay attention or something bad will happen. You know, then I think that would be good for people.
And I like comfort, just like anybody else does. I like my hot showers and my electricity and you know, gasoline and chainsaws and stuff like that. But I also
that's fun to take that.
I also am trying to take my life and get rid of a lot of amenities that we have, because I want to be, I think it'll enrich my life as an animal and as existing and bring me closer to nature and what we're really, what I feel what we're meant to be.
You're an animal, Ricky.
So that's what I'm seeking. I don't know what's that?
It's a movie quote.
Oh.
Sorry, you both looked at me like, what the fuck are you talking about?
Feels like something I should know.
I thought for sure that would land with you guys, but
I feel like it does, but I just am a stupid.
Somebody out there had my back on that one. Shout it out. I know you know.
Anyway, yeah, so I mean, that's where I'm taking my life, is another
Grizzly Adams,
another direction, because
but with chainsaws.
I think that well, there's things that I'm like, okay, I don't want to live without fuel. I don't want to live without some power tools. I like having vehicles; those are nice.
Living smart in the woods sounds like fucking cool.
But a lot of day-to-day stuff, I would rather go harvest my own meat. You know, it'd be great if I can figure out how to actually have a decent garden in the mountains. I don't know how I'm going to do that, but I'd like to self-sustain more than I am now.
Chickens, baby.
With things more readily available. Yeah, chickens would be great. With things more readily available, I think that it makes me lesser of the human animal that I'm supposed to be, and I want to seek that for my own fulfillment. You know?
Right. See, I think I like society because it gives you the comfort of being able to delve, and you can do this in the woods too. But there's something about society working on problems together that I do like. Philosophical problems, moral problems. Yeah, again, you can do that on your own in the woods. But there's something about big cities too. Like, a lot of the intellectual movements of history have been in like hubs. And now all these cities are so big that there's hubs in every... Seattle has a hub of thinkers that hang out and fuck around, and musicians and stuff.
There's definitely something to be said for your mental bandwidth, you know? I mean, it's like, it's good to put yourself in situations where all of your mental energy is going towards, okay, what's the shit I need to get done so that I can continue to survive? There's huge value to that. But there's also a huge value to
all that's done,
you know, mutually creating an environment that frees up that mental energy, so long as you choose to put it somewhere else. But that's where, like you're saying, tons of great thinkers came out of, you know, things that leaped us forward as a species came out of like not having to worry about that shit every single day.
Giving yourself, not having to deal with scarcity does prove to be, for certain groups of people, very beneficial to the lot of us. You know, if you're an inventor and you don't have to worry about food and shit like that because you can go to the store and you've made enough money with your little business or whatever, that is beneficial to humans. If you make a widget that decades and decades later people will use, that's because of that leisure time that society has built. And
Yeah.
you
I just don't think you should have one to the exclusion of the other.
I agree.
Either way,
I'm like, I
Yeah.
think it's always good to have a nice balance of stuff. Like, I respect the way that you look at it, Jeff, where you're I call you Grizzly Adams, but like, you're going to be out there with the chainsaw and stuff. But I respect the shit out of that. I think that's like the
Yeah,
perfection of a kind of way to live on the earth.
I think people misunderstand. It's like, it's not that I hate technology and the comforts of life. I just think that the way that I view the world, I'm going to be more enriched doing things on my own. It's kind of like your grocery store theory. You love to have, you think it's great that people bring you groceries.
I just want to spend my time in other places.
And that's cool.
Yeah.
But to me, I just view it differently for myself.
Right.
I like to tease you about it, but the reality is I do understand the perspective that you come from.
I have an 18-hour day job.
And I totally get it.
That I love.
But I would rather have that struggle of getting food.
I'd rather have an 18-hour day job I love. That's all. But yeah, I mean, I respect that you want to go to the store and use that as as some sort of part of your life.
And the other thing
it
too
is
is
part of our lives.
where I'm going. I mean, it is that community that we talk about, living in those smaller communities. And with 500 people, you can be the biggest asshole in town, but guess what? If you've got a problem, people are going to step up and help you. And in general, that asshole is probably going to step up and help somebody else, because that's what the community's doing. Because up there, most of the time, that's all you have is that community. So they regularly come together and work on solving problems for their community, because it's only 500 people.
That's beautiful.
Which I think is amazing. And that doesn't mean that everybody gets along and it doesn't have its problems, because it does.
That's as old as human beings could possibly be. That's what that is. I mean, small town shit is basically tribes, right? Big tribe.
Essentially, yeah.
So big it's like 6, 8 families, 10 families. That's what those things
Besides
are.
the fact, just the amount of entertainment that I like. There's entertainment for me every day, every season, every month. Something different is like something new and different that I get to engage with Mother Nature and learn new shit. And I have a ton to learn. I'm not going to go up there thinking I'm fucking Billy Bob badass in the woods. I have a lot to learn. I have a little bit of knowledge and education, but comparatively to what I'm going to need, I don't have dick, but I'm excited to learn it.
That's a great attitude to take. So hopefully Mother Nature will respect that and not fuck you up. But yeah.
Little thing about small towns, as someone who grew up in one, if you were born there, the dating pool is very small.
Right. I imagine it's like,
you're
the
just
genes.
like, you're just
keep
like
them
crushing
apart.
on this girl in middle school, and then you find out that you're cousins.
Yeah.
It's like, God damn it, you're a Huser? No.
Well, it's
You're going back in the genealogy, like, how far, cousin? Damn it!
I mean, I am bringing the hottest girl in town with me. I understand, that every guy is probably going to want a piece of my girl. That's okay. I'm ready for the competition. That doesn't bother me. It's like,
You can walk
I'll be
around
all
that town happily with an axe on one hand, your pistol ready to draw.
Is that scene in The Two Towers?
Looks like meat's back on the menu, boys.
Yeah, shit. Absolutely.
Little crude, but funny.
Or Diablo. Fresh meat. Yeah.
Yeah, fresh meat.
That scared the shit out of my roommate in college.
What is it?
It's from Diablo, the video game.
Fresh meat.
With really creepy ass, like, satanic music and sounds of caves and
Nerd shit.
Diablo.
Nerd shit. That if you heard in real life, you'd be scared too if you heard of
Catholic mythology, man. It's cool.
No shit. I really do like Dante.
People get mad when you say that. When I say that.
Catholic mythology.
Yeah. They're like, no mythology.
It's not, all the other religions are mythology. Ours is not.
Ours is real. It's the real one.
It's amazing. Your parents knew the out of all the 6,000 religions, you were born to the parents that had the right one. Amazing. How did that happen? That's so amazing. What are the coincidences?
Real talk,
What are the
though,
odds?
I think Catholic mythology is so fucking cool.
It is.
Like, I love the fucking archetypes in Catholic mythology.
Dude, well, they borrowed from some interesting Roman stuff, which the Romans borrowed from the Greeks, and the Greeks borrowed from the Sumerians, and go back to, it's crazy shit. So
Aliens.
Yeah. It's aliens.
It's all aliens, dude.
All right. Well, did we satiate the thirst for the planning versus reality? We kind of went to loop-de-loop land on
I'm
that
eternally thirsty.
Well, that in general, and I mean,
Fair enough.
you try to make a plan for anything, which you should, but you shouldn't just make a plan. You should have plan A, plan B, plan C, and you know what? You're probably going to end up doing a variation of all three to get accomplished what you want accomplished, and it really doesn't matter a whole lot.
And you'll still
what
have
that
to
is in life.
improvise.
Yeah.
What's that
That's
old
what I'm
saying?
saying.
The first casualty of war is the plan.
Well, that's a good saying.
True.
I would say so. Everything in my life, like I write scripts, and the things never follow the scripts. We have life plans and goals for ourselves, and
Like just a ride every time we map out an episode, and then we're like, whoa.
Yeah. How did that get in there?
Where did
It's
that
okay to
go?
just have an idea, but understand it's probably not going to work out that way.
Yeah, and be okay.
But I think that's how you get to. That's how you
Being
define your mission, is by making a plan.
Yeah.
And
it helps to bounce it off of where you are. You know, it's like, am I close to where I thought I'd be? It's like projections. It's in business, like you want a business plan and you want to follow your business plan, but it will move. You will have to adjust your business plan constantly, really.
It's not necessarily that the goal line keeps moving. It's just how you're going to get to that goal line.
Yeah. Yeah. So yeah, do that with your damn life. Wait, what are we talking about?
Damn it.
All right. This one is really interesting, Shaiden. I don't even know how to introduce it, but
Are
it's...
you trying to convince me of that, or?
Yes, I'm trying to convince
This
everyone.
one's really interesting, Shaiden.
I don't like it
Trust
at all.
me.
I don't fucking like it because you came up with it. But
Oh, it's one of mine?
yeah,
Great.
So now you take back what you said. You want to?
No,
okay,
not at all.
Regret 0% regret. No, this is engineering autism, and this is an interesting topic, and we're gonna delve into this one.
Yeah. Okay. So this,
Not psychologists, not experts.
This stemmed
but
from I know everything about everything, so just take my word for
I
it.
totally.
they're like, Zach, why did we didn't tune in because we
think
think you're psychologists?
This all stemmed from once again a study that I was perusing the abstract of, and it put forth that there are a number of things in our current society that are actually engineering forms of autism in people and exploiting them afterwards. And the prime example that they gave was digital slot machines in casinos, because they polled and interviewed a bunch of people that would be considered gambling addicts, like people that just go and spend every spare coin that they have and then some sitting and punching slots. And almost unanimously, all of them said it's not about winning money for me.
Which blows gamblers' minds.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
Or people that are just watching
as an
gambling.
extremely casual gambler,
Yes,
I'm like, what? Isn't that the point?
Yeah,
Like,
what's a
don't
casino
you-
for?
You put in money, you try to get out more money, and then that's the dopamine.
So really, they're
But-
paying the casino for comfort.
Well, essentially, yeah. So the prevailing theory in this study was that the act of pushing the button and getting a reliable result,
Ding, ding, ding.
which is the reels rolling and stopping, and then something happening, and then all that's required of you is input. And
Very
so
simple
it takes
input, yeah.
it takes all of the chaos and all of the decision making that's required of you in life, and it dials it down to this one simple binary action: press the button, see result,
I wonder,
assess it, and then repeat.
I wonder how many air traffic controller people are the ones that spend their weekends there because they're like, God, I have so much responsibility. Oh fuck! Oh fuck! Oh fuck! Oh fuck! And they're just like, I just want to push a button. Okay, yeah. Oh, sir, you lost a lot of. It doesn't matter.
Yeah,
I make a lot of money.
Yeah.
I have a lot of responsibility. Though. I just want to relax. Sorry, I don't know any.
Could
I
be.
don't know if
Could
that's
be.
true,
I
but
don't
it
know.
seems like one of the most stressful jobs
I'd
on
probably
earth.
buy it if you were selling it. But
Hopefully,
but-
just computers are doing everything now, and they're just like, oh, the computers are the fritz.
they're like, no, air traffic control. All I do is just push a button.
It is a casino, Zach. You don't know shit.
But so they went on to say that, because like these gambling addicts they all talked about something called getting into the zone, right? Which is just like, which is when you can
Automaticity.
yeah, it's automaticity, where you're just like, okay, yes, click, yes, click, yes, click, yes, and it is a form of like repetitive action is when you start looking into different forms of autism. Something that's a very common theme is simple repetitive action, rocking back and forth, or verbal sayings that are repeated in succession. And the reason for that apparently is because it's the same thing. It takes all the chaos and all of the stimulus and all the shit that's being demanded of you, and it boils it down to just one simple binary thing, like rock forward, rock back.
This is really
forward,
making
rock back,
sense.
And
I don't
it's
know,
like,
is this making sense to you, Joe? This sounds fucking
so and
intuitive.
And then they said if you start looking for that, you start seeing it
in life.
All over the place in
Facebook.
society, especially Western society. But yeah, like social media.
It is a casino.
And
It is
you know,
the-
TikTok, anything, pick one. Anything that you scroll through. It's scroll, observe, get result. Scroll, observe, get result.
Dopamine, little bit of dopamine.
Yeah. And you know,
Serotonin.
so you start getting into fucking that doom scrolling thing that we were talking about, or it's just like, I'm just gonna scroll myself into oblivion because all this shit out here is stressing me out, and I just want to boil it down to something that I have one job in, and I feel like I have some agency in, and we're kind of being fed upon by that. And,
well, we're the product.
I think it would be foolish to assume that the people that are engineering this shit for us aren't aware of this little bit of psychology.
It would be foolish for sure.
Right.
Yeah.
So I think my whole point above everything else and bringing it up, aside from the fact that it's clinically interesting,
is that we're selling tinfoil hats at SKATCAST.com merch store.
Yeah.
but is just to make people aware of it, because like the more you start looking for it, the more you go, oh fuck, I'm getting played.
Mm-hmm. It's amazing to see that the CEOs and the presidents and vice presidents of these companies that have social media don't allow their children to be on it. The vice president and president of Apple and Steve Jobs were like, yeah, they get 30 minutes a week or whatever. And it's like, you made that for not your kids?
Yeah.
Who does that? This groundbreaking thing and your kids don't get it? You know data that we don't know.
Yeah.
You know studies that we don't know.
I'll tell you, with having kids in my life now, I will fight tooth and
Do
nail
it.
for as long as I can.
Yeah,
well,
especially-
if it's going to be up to me. I mean, they're going to be, until it's absolutely required in their life, they can stay away
Find the
from it.
studies. Like, just, it's like, refute this study. I mean, you have a very loving and smart partner, so I think the conversation's probably already, like, phones are...
Oh, we're all-
but
yeah,
the
we're
problem
totally
is
on the
that it
same
really
page.
is easy to say that as parents. Like, I know that there's listeners right now that have kids that are like, peer pressure... Remember that, guys? Remember how devastating that was every day of your life as a kid? That's, as a parent, you don't want your kids to suffer for a second. But the thing is, here's the argument against that. Like, as of now, if there's no cell phone in your house, those kids get bullied at school and wherever they go socially, where the kids are, and as soon as they come in the house, as long as they have a good, safe house environment, it's done. Unless they're on the computer or whatever. But the cell phone remains like... They're not bullied by social media. The moment you give them a cell phone at 13, 14 years old, you open them up to being bullied 24 hours a day, 365 days a year. And good luck dealing with that as a parent. We have no idea what to do with that because most of us are too old to have dealt with that as a youth. So we're being bullied by 30, 40, 50, 60-year-olds in our chat rooms and on our fucking posts and stuff. But that's not the same as like taking a schoolyard bully who followed you home and the door shut and he followed you inside basically despite the door.
Sat in your room all night.
Yeah, so I know that they're getting the peer pressure from the kids and stuff, but that argument to me is like, fuck, it's not you're damned if you do, if you're damned if you
Honestly,
don't.
it's not an argument in my world.
Right. It makes more sense.
It's just not going to happen.
Good. Yeah, good for you.
Well,
I
it's
would say
kind of
that
like
too.
if there's damage down either road, then you just
pick the
pick
least.
the least amount of damage.
Your kids will
you know?
thank you in the future. I know they will. They will.
If you genuinely
Mine did.
want to protect your children,
Yeah.
then don't give them the access to the things that are going to hurt them.
Our son
such
has
as
thanked
cell
us for letting it. I mean, also the smartphones didn't really fucking. It merged right at his age,
Well,
but
it'd
he
be
did.
like if everybody
appreciate
had a flask at school, like if that was normal. I know it sounds ridiculous, but I mean, is it any less
No,
harmful? Is it
right?
opening them up to a whole lot of less risk? I don't know.
Yeah, dude.
I don't think it is. You know,
Offhand,
so
it's
just
easy
like,
to
so
scoff
it's like,
at, but yeah,
So
I
if
don't
you're
think so.
if you're the one who's like, no, I think I don't think my child needs to be drinking every day at school and then drinking more when they come home,
Just
and
'cause
then
the
going
kids
to
want
school
to.
with a hangover every day, just because if I don't let them do that, they get made fun of. It's like, well, okay.
Well,
Like,
you know what?
I'll do my best
But-
for them and help them to develop thick skin and good essence of self, and I'll just ride through their displeasure with them on
Right.
it.
But how about this? Adding to the layers, like social structure comes from cell phones now too in a lot of the schools. Snapchat's huge in like certain
Sure.
age groups for this. Your Snap score means a lot. We've talked about this in the past. Your friendships dwindle. Your chances of having friendships as a 13, 14, 15-year-old without a cell phone, you're knowing about what people are going to go do goes away. So there's this thing that you're kind of grappling with where it's like multifaceted, and the pressure the kids put the parents on is so not easy as a fucking to sit. I mean, I watched it happen. I was part of it. I was like, holy shit, like, and we didn't know the studies either. We didn't know that Facebook was going to be, I didn't know that they were going to be able to bully them in ways that, like starting a fake account with your son on it and putting it on web pages some random place, and then he knows about it, and then all sorts of weird shit where you're like, that's got to be affecting him in a weird way, and I have no idea as a parent how to fucking relate.
Realistically, at a certain point, you're just not going to be able to stop it.
I
you
know.
Like it's like, go to school. Oh, Becky doesn't have a phone, but I have an old phone that she can use with Wi-Fi and just hide. I'll just give it to her. I want her to be included in all
cool
of our
thing
shit
about
that
a
we
parent,
do,
you get to go
know?
through your kid's shit and check for stuff like that,
Yeah.
and you should.
Yeah,
I understand.
But you understand my point. It's like saying my child will not have sex until they're 21. It's like, good fucking luck.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Kids will
stopping
find a
teen
way.
sex is like,
sex and a
I'm
phone
gonna stop a
are
tsunami.
not in the same argument, I don't think. But part of
But
another
social, it is social. It is a gateway to the social world. So, but stopping
another
that's
reason of going to where I'm going to go and have children there is there's a lot of places up there phones don't work anyway. So it's not as big of a deal. I am going back 20 years in time, essentially. I mean, they just got wireless internet up there like 2 years ago. So, I mean, it's that far back.
right. But isn't
I understand it's going to grow.
Sorry.
But
Isn't the answer just talking to your kids before they get to that age where it's like
it is, but kids
kinda
don't want to
easy-
listen to their parents.
For
I
sure,
understand
but if
that.
you spend a lot, you're right. This is all the same kind of thing. But if I could go back in time and do it a little different than the way I did with the two kids that I got to do this with, I would have said some things like, I wish I would have had the data that we have now. If I could have had the Instagram data that's out there on the multiple studies that are showing what a detriment it is to my daughter in particular.
Said everyone ever.
I know.
Right.
But now we have it. So these parents that have 14-year-olds or 12-year-olds or 10-year-olds, it's like, and they're getting that pressure where the kids, there's the cool kid that has at 8 that's had a cell phone and he's really worldly and shit. And I want to be worldly. Mom, help. You know,
when your kids start smoking pot at 14, you're like, I understand you want to smoke pot. That's, I mean, you'd be like, yeah, I smoke pot too. But here's the thing.
No way.
You need to wait till you're older because your frontal lobe isn't developed yet. And there is actual scientific proof that it can affect your maturity.
Yeah, I had that
and
conversation with my
I mean,
son,
so it's
sure.
a real thing. So,
Yeah.
but are your kids going to listen?
As a cunt who has no experience with raising children, I'm just a keen observer. I think that the really key part in all of this is not so much exerting dictatorial control, although there is an element of that to parenting. I mean, it's like you have to be able to have authority and be like no or yes, But
you have to have hard boundaries and soft
But
boundaries.
I think that the more important thing in this whole equation is creating an expectation, offering a reason for the expectation, and then fostering an environment that backs up what you say. It's like if they I commend any child who tries to circumvent the rules under which they exist. I think that's a good quality.
I think so too. Yeah.
I wouldn't seek to squash that, but
As a parent, it's your job
but
to
every
try.
time it gets circumvented, you bet your ass I would make it more difficult to do it again.
Yeah.
It's like, okay, if this is a skill you're going to cultivate, game on. And it's but the
No one
whole
escapes
time,
the rock.
the whole time, continue to make it clear. Look, I'm not doing this for no reason. This is why. You don't have to agree with me. You're my kid, so you're living in my house, and we do it a certain way. You can buck me all you want, but I'll fight you back. But
Yeah, I mean,
That's the way to do
I'm learning. You set your boundaries, and the kids are going to slam into that wall as
Yeah.
hard as they can to try to break through it. And there's those boundaries that you're just like, you can fight me as long as you want. I am not moving on this one. But maybe I've set a boundary where they're slamming against it, and then I'm kind of like, how important is it? Sometimes you have to reevaluate the boundaries that you have, and say, okay, well, you're at this stage in your life where maybe it's reasonable that I can loosen up on this boundary a little bit just to see what you're going to do with it. And then if I have to reset that boundary just a little bit further out, I'm okay with that. But that's all a learning process, and it depends on the child, depends on the parent, depends on the circumstances all the time. But this electronics shit is a very strong boundary for me because, again, going home to home to home and dealing with all the problems that these kids have because of technology. It's like
You're talking about doing your police career.
during the police. I mean,
It's been used super irresponsibly by a lot
everybody.
of folk. Yeah, I
So-
wouldn't say everybody, but a lot of folk. Yeah.
I mean, in the situations that I was in.
To a person in your situation,
Right,
absolutely,
right.
yeah.
You know,
can we steel man this though? Let's look at like what are kids missing out at a young age using a cell phone?
Nothing.
Or because it's not going to be a cell phone forever. Like this is going in our brains. This is going in our bodies.
I think there's an argument to be
form.
made to a certain extent of they're going to be entering a massively interconnected world sooner or later, and if they don't get some degree of preparation for that, then they're going to be not only starting out at a disadvantage in that regard, but they're also going to be fucking blindsided by it.
If you've got the time to sit and monitor the child the whole time that they're there, good for you, and I understand that. But if you don't, a child doesn't have the maturity to handle the access at their fingertips. Dude, most adults don't have the fucking maturity to do it.
Dude, we're taking away their childhood. The sooner we give them access to the internet, the sooner we say you're done being a kid, because here's a whole bunch of super complicated things that you're going to have to navigate. And we're okay, as so many more and more our people are okay with that. Like,
yeah.
And I don't know if it's because we're not thinking about it, or if it's like it is the future. The future is us kind of cyborgy, and we want that. I
think it's a multifaceted thing, but I think a part of it is definitely that we're dealing with a generation or two that were robbed of their childhood, and so they're like, "Won't pay it forward." Like fucking.
Oh shit. Okay.
You know, maybe not consciously, but they're just like, well, fuck, you get to be a kid until you're not, and then hasta la vista childhood. Them's the breaks, kid.
If you can, I mean, I can't think of an instance where a cell phone really what I'm talking about is access to the internet. I mean, the phone part, I don't give a shit about, but it's the access to the internet. These little computers that you have now, there's nothing that a child needs it so bad that it's going to create, if they don't have it, that they're going to be in danger, or it's going to save their life. They just don't need it.
Right.
You know, I can show them all kinds of other things that don't require a computer that can help you be safe and save your life.
They're called books.
Realistically, I think a wise approach, in my opinion, is to develop a degree of mastery yourself over the technology so that you can manipulate it in ways that it's safer for your children to interact with it. Like, you don't have to be a tech guru to institute some really robust tools into a kid's phone or computer,
right,
to where they're regulated to the point where it's like you're not missing out, but you're also like literally your access to the internet shuts off at this time every day, and your access to the internet will not allow you to do A, B, C, and D.
Just like given the TV.
Go ahead and try and circumvent it with VPNs and other devices that you brought home. I already planned for that shit.
Right.
You can do it.
This is just like when we gave kids a half-hour TV, right? That was the thing, but it's different now, right? It's not TV. It's a different kind of medium. But TV exists within the internet and within social media. You're watching short videos and stuff. TikTok
happens
is
to be something that
we like.
That happens to be something that is kind of incorporated. The kids actually used to. There was a TV on all the time, and part of that was my fault because I had a TV on to sleep to at night because during the day because it would black out noise.
Right.
And I noticed the TV was on all the time, and it was pretty easy to get the kids tucked in, and they had a TV in their room and turn the TV on. They'd fall asleep to it. I'm like, why are we doing that to our kids? That's terrible. I hate doing it as an adult.
Right.
Even now it's like, no, we'll do story time, wind down. You guys can watch a little show. It's generally educational and I'll leave it on for a half hour because, the kids have a bunk bed. They're going to play and dink around for a little bit. But that at a half hour, the TV goes off. Okay, now it's real tuck-in time. So really what ends up happening is they go to bed earlier than normal to get the wind-down time. I'll let them enjoy a little show. But if I keep that thing on, they'll be up for hours.
Right.
So because they won't go to sleep and they're not getting quality sleep.
Yeah.
And so now it's shut off. It's bedtime. It's dark. And they wake up happier.
Right. It's like, I got a question for you guys. So when oral tradition was the way that we kept history for a long time and that we entertained ourselves and told stories, and then the written word came, we hammered shit into stone, and then the printing press came, and the people that invented the printing press they got a lot of shit because they're like, fucking we're not gonna memorize shit anymore. The oral tradition is gonna die. And then they're like, whatever. And who knows? Maybe that's what happened. Our memories aren't as good as Plato and Socrates and the people before him and Aristotle. And then, the printing press was made, and we made books, and we had decades and centuries of books. And people love books, and that's the knowledge came.
People that were like, don't let your children get their hands on books.
Exactly.
They could be getting anything into their brains.
Exactly. Well, Harry Potter still.
No books in my house, not for my children.
There's a lot of books that
lock them in the study.
But then radio came, and radio was like, fucking what? They're just going to say it to you? You have to read it. Reading is engaging your brain in another way. This is just they invade your brain, and there was all these arguments. And then radio became a thing, and people were like, fuck yeah, radio's kind of cool. And then TV came, and they're like, holy fuck. Yeah. You can see their dumb faces, and it changed who became popular and famous, and it became... The cars went away because they didn't look like the fucking, the Bengals.
But think about the increments of time between all those things that you just highlighted. It went from very wide increments of time to increasingly shorter increments of time, and I think that's where a lot of the damage is coming
absolutely
from. Because it's like technology at a certain point was progressing at a rate that was digestible for the general population, where it was just like, okay, we can acclimate to the radio and then wrap our heads around it and use it in productive.
No, radio and TV were close, but yeah.
But then the distance between radio and TV, and then home computers, and then the internet as an augmentation to that, and now we're like into virtual reality and
AI,
and artificial intelligence and shit, and all that's been like a lot of what I just said, other than
in our lifetime.
TVs existed when I was born, but everything else has been in my fucking lifetime, and I'm not that old.
Right. my question, the reason why I've said it that way was like, I'm just trying to steel man the other side.
Yeah.
Are we having the same argument? There's some argument to be made that we did lose the oral tradition and the storytelling and the memory that came from the past intellectuals.
I think it's a valid argument.
And did we lose something with the TV taking over the books and maybe radio, but books mainly? And are we losing something? But
and we're contributing because we're sitting here podcasting.
I don't know how right? Steel man's an argument for having those things.
I know. Well, I mean, did we lose something with TV when we only had radio and print?
Of course. The question really is, did we lose more than we gained?
Right. I guess you're right. So it's a trade-off.
Yeah.
Was the trade-off more beneficial to more people with TV? I think it's better to see things with your own eyes, but it's also more confusing. Like, people see snippets and destroy things.
It all comes down to how you interact with it.
Yeah.
Which is,
so I guess that's my question is like, have we, well, that's what you just answered.
We have a society that's so up in arms about basically predators for children. How the fuck do you think they do it?
Right, using the internet.
Computers.
But they did it before without the internet.
But not at the abundant amounts.
It's definitely more
they are
prolific. Now. And I mean, it's more population too, so some of that's
more population, but they also have access to the whole world to do it.
But we also have, thanks to the internet, we also know in our neighborhoods who the people are that are dangerous because they have
just
those
the ones that were caught.
Right, for sure, but that helps. That's certainly helpful, although maybe not helpful. Who knows if it doesn't keep up to date, if it's just a facade of something that works.
It is.
We'll have to talk about that in the future. I know you know because you've got the insight. Please bring that up in the future and we'll talk about it. All right. Engineering autism. Well,
Well, people get touchy too when you make claims like involving autism, because it's like and autism has become
a spectrum of things.
Autism has become like almost trendy at this point, which is a little bit distressing
to
me.
Well, it's just like bipolar in teenagers in the 90s.
That's totally
it. I mean, there was a 400% increase, and that really, and I think I've talked about this before, and it really had to do with the pharmaceutical companies promoting their meds, having a pamphlet out in the waiting room while the parents are waiting to have their child be seen. They're filling out these pamphlets and going over diagnosing their children. Exactly. And they walk in for a cold, and next thing they know, their child has bipolar and is on a medication because some general practitioner read the form and went, oh, okay, well, I guess I give you this drug, here you go.
Yeah.
with no knowledge really of what the hell they're talking
There's
about.
no doubt that the overprescription of our kids on these kind of drugs is like
I don't know how we got
pandemic
there, but it's
level,
kind
yeah.
of falls in the same concept.
And I'm not.
I think so, too.
I don't. You won't ever catch me invalidating the gravity of somebody who's neurodivergent in some way and how
Right.
that affects their life. You know, like I get it. I
have a lot of acquaintances and
There's a
friends.
strong argument to be made that I have a healthy dose of that myself. You know,
Fair.
but I don't choose to celebrate it, I guess, is the difference for me. And I'm not saying that it should be the other way where it should be shamed, because I don't think that that's...
It just is what it is.
I don't think that that's good, but I just choose to view it like, I mean, last episode we were talking about depression, and same deal. I just view it as a part of me, and it has a certain utility, and it comes with certain costs, and I just try to work with it and integrate it and move forward as best I can. And I think that that's a healthy outlook and approach to it. But I feel that I'm sitting back and looking at this array of devices and modern traditions that are essentially fostering this and creating it maybe in people to where it's essentially your brain is being rewired. I mean, if you have enough exposure to something, especially when you're younger, it will absolutely rewire the synapses in your brain, your neural pathways and shit, you know. And so and then that stuff manifests later on in life as ADHD and fucking, I don't know. I mean, I'm not going to fucking go down the list of different
Well, there's no doubt
flavors
our
of autism,
attention
but
span has changed as human beings. There's no doubt, right? Isn't that the cliche at this point, that our attention spans have drastically decreased?
You're like going to the gas station.
Right?
But it is
Yeah, I got to
interesting
see a
because,
TV at the
like,
gas station.
I don't think it's necessarily a foregone conclusion either, though, because we're
Here we are
sitting
having a 3-hour conversation.
podcast,
Exactly.
and people.
Exactly.
I feel like people are kind of hungry for that shit.
I do too.
Because of that,
We're not.
you know?
It's not over for humans, and
No,
it's not so
no.
dystopian yet.
Yeah, I'm not. I don't mean to bring
I'm
this
just
up
not
to be
willing
the.
to contribute to it. with
I
my
think you're being
children.
smart with the kids, dude. I'll fight for that forever. Like, the longer you can go, really.
And I'm not coming at it
but
like
not
being
technology.
a dick.
Just and maybe not even social media. Like, if they could come up with a social media that the algorithm isn't like Instagram, where it literally hurts the children because it's beyond bullying, basically, is what the data shows.
And
I don't
bullying
know-
is not even what I'm concerned about. It's all it's just the
It's an
access
abundance
they
of
don't
things.
fucking need. They're too goddamn immature for it.
Right.
And I'm not going to expose my children
Well,
to
and
that.
it's
it's-
detrimental to their development. There's plenty of arguments. To
And
be
it's not
made
that I'm trying
for
to be a
that,
dick.
you know?
I'm not. I want
sure.
them to grow up to be good people, but I want them to learn how to be face-to-face social before they can handle this.
Right.
You know, there's a light.
And give them a childhood, right? Again,
Well, of
like the
course.
moment they're on the World Wide Web, that's no longer really being a kid, because it's
Well, it's a very
maybe
it's
who
a
knows?
very
What do I know?
powerful and potent tool, and it has capacity for very large quantities of damage, like any powerful tool. Like, that's why we age restrict things. Like, you're not allowed to drive a vehicle until a certain point, because you're just not yet capable of handling it. You got to earn that shit. And I'm like, I don't understand why people wouldn't reasonably look at something like unfiltered access to the internet as the same thing, because the internet, especially unfiltered, way more dangerous than a car, in my opinion.
It's funny because the answer to that is, well, you're the parent, you're supposed to control it. But then if you're a parent that tries to control it, then suddenly you're looked at as an asshole.
Yeah.
And it's
fucking
unreasonable.
Silent. Mute those
And
people.
I
in your
just
life.
don't give a fuck what people's
Yeah.
opinion is. This is what my plan is for the children that are in my life. And I'm going to try and make them good social people and try to give them skills to live their life. Later on down the road, if social media is where they're making their business or something, that's a whole different thing, but they're mature then.
Right.
But I mean, how many adults do we know that can't even handle it themselves? I mean, we make fun of people all the time of having to announce, I have, thoughts and prayers. I can't go into what the problem is, but thoughts and prayers. You're looking for fucking attention. Shut up.
Yeah.
You know, I'm sick. Okay, I didn't need to know that. I really don't care how you feel today.
Please stay home.
Yeah, just don't get me sick, I guess.
Yeah.
You know, I mean,
Yeah, well, and be vigilant for yourself too. Like, it's especially pertinent for kids, but don't think that just because you're an adult that your brain can't be reprogrammed as well, because it
great
absolutely
propaganda,
can.
right?
Sure.
You know,
of course.
So
I think it's pretty easy too. Especially, and what's funny is how smart you are doesn't really matter.
I tinker with people's brains all the time.
Yeah,
on purpose.
It doesn't matter how smart you are because it's like
I'm not malicious
really
about it.
You're bullshit
most of the time, but but poking at people's brains, I mean, you just start recognizing patterns and you introduce new stimuli, and it's just like I can elicit reactions reliably from people just by poking at the right places, you know, and so can anybody else. It's not a superpower that I have.
Interesting.
I'm just paying attention.
The fact that you're paying attention, though, might be your superpower.
It's interesting, even as a negotiator. I mean, there are techniques that I would use.
You use them on us too all the time.
But I would intentionally.
I never fall for them though.
In these conversations, I would intentionally fuck with people's heads to get them pissed off and get them heightened for certain reasons, whether it be to figure out the location where they're at in the house, get them screaming and yelling so they know.
Yeah.
You know, there's a whole lot of different reasons, but you bring them up and then you can toy with them and bring them back down. Then you bring them up and you bring them back down and you wear them out. Really is what you do. It's almost like boxing.
No shit.
You know, just jabbing and going to the body, head, jab, body, just kind of break them down, bring them back, and then you wear them out mentally.
Nice.
By doing that.
Difference is you get coffee brought to you, don't you? And he has to suffer with whatever he's got in the house.
It depends on what we negotiate.
Has anyone ever been like, dude, bring me a pizza? And then you're like, all right, I'll bring you a pizza. Like in the movies. Did you really fuck me right up?
No, I didn't get it. They asked for it.
Oh, really?
But no, I mean, I did some negotiation. I mean, yeah, they're
Did anybody ever ask for a jet?
It's negotiating. I mean, yeah, there is some give and take, but you know, you're not going to. I run that show. You don't run that show.
Did you ever offer anyone a meal in that negotiation situation? Did a meal ever come? Like a poor delivery bastard had to go do it?
The delivery on it is a big problem, and it's usually like when you come out, you can have this. I can remember one guy. I'm like, yeah, you can have 3 cigarettes, and I will even come deliver them to you. Because by the end of our conversation, he's like, all right, I'm gonna come out, but I need some. I'm like, I'll give you 3 cigarettes. He's like, can I meet you? I'm like, yeah.
That's cool.
So I went down and chatted him up, and
you're like, you can have 3 cigarettes when you come out. Ooh, and they're good.
It's good. They're the best kind.
So yeah, I mean, yeah, negotiations is negotiations, and you can't negotiate and not give anything. Now that didn't always necessarily have to happen, but yeah, we'd play that game for sure.
Yeah. So point is, your brain can be messed with pretty easily,
Man.
depending on the context.
It sounds like to the very detriment of, and again, I don't think it's like a conspiracy of the fucking Matrix trying to come at us. It really just seems like we're doing stuff.
It's just people with access to data and the methods for implementing it to their benefit, and perhaps to your detriment.
And some folk are kind of unscrupulous, and they just fucking don't give a shit. ROI, bitch, and I fucking don't care if I don't know.
Yeah. So anyway, all right. That's my weird little interesting factoid and public service announcement wrapped into one.
I'm interested to hear what other people think, the listeners are thinking. Discord is a place to drop that in there. Facebook's probably too toxic of a place to discuss this kind of stuff. But I would go to definitely Discord or send us an email and talk to us individually if you want to talk to Shaiden more about it, or Jeff or I.
What's the email, Zach?
It's justaridepod@gmail.com.
It's just a ride.
Just a ride pod. Fuck this, yay this. This is shrinkflation. Shaiden's throwing this in our direction.
Is that the right term for what I'm talking about? I don't know. I feel like I'm misusing it, but
I'm sure there's a technical term, but I'm not the technical economist.
I thought it was shrinkflation, but then I was like, no, that's an economic thing, I think.
I think you're on the money.
But anyway, what I'm talking about.
The principle of it is.
What I'm talking about, and I know that every one of you fuckers listening knows what I'm talking about because you've experienced it, I promise.
Less chips in the bag.
And I don't even make promises, but I promise you've experienced it if you live in the States and you've gone to the grocery store in the last decade or more.
Yeah.
Things come in the same size packages, but the quantity inside of those packages is less for the same price, which makes sense. That's not even necessarily the fuck this thing. The essence of it is that the the manipulation or lack thereof of the packaging is what pisses me off. Right. It's like prime example. I mean, you guys can probably relate it most commonly to chips. You get a bag of chips that's blown up with air, and you're like, fuck yeah, a bag of chips. And then you open it, and it's only full a quarter of the way up. And you're like, what the fuck? Where's all my chips? Why didn't you just put it in a little fucking snack bag? The snack bags are more full than this.
Right. It is a snack bag and a big bag.
Yeah.
You son of a bitch.
So it's just like, fuck, why didn't I just buy a bunch of snack bags of chips? But, which maybe...
Lesson learned. Lesson learned.
But... I got this package of beef jerky, and I've been buying this Tillamook, sugar-free beef jerky for years, and they used to come about 3/4 of the way full, which I was like, that's fine, whatever. But the one I opened up today literally had a handful of jerky in the bottom. Like, it was like not even 1/4 of the way full. Like, I looked at it and I was like, what the fuck? Did somebody steal some?
So do you remember what they do that by weight, right? So it has the weight changed on the bag.
Yeah,
from
for
the
sure.
last time
They
you
have
bought
to.
it.
I mean, they have to disclose that. I mean, I
Right.
can't go back in time and look at what the weight, but I'm sure that it's just same package, different net weight printed on it.
I know at Costco today, I bought 18 eggs for the same price it would cost me to buy 5 dozen. They don't do the 5 dozen boxes anymore.
They don't.
No, you can get 18 eggs and it costs the same.
Yeah.
So that's awesome.
But I mean, at
Eggs are
least
expensive now. I'm
the
fucking-
package isn't fooling you. Like like imagine if
Right,
you
right.
bought 18 eggs and it came in a carton that had 24 egg slots in it, and you
Right.
just opened it and you're like, what the fuck? Where's the rest of the eggs? You know what I mean?
I saw
Like,
somebody open a big
that's-
Snickers thing like that, where there was a big cardboard thing in the middle of the thing, where it's like, hey.
Yeah, that's the part that I'm pissed off about. Or like you get a bottle of wine and then you lift the bottle up and it's got like a 3-inch tall cavity
Yeah. Yes.
hollowed out in the bottom of it, and it's just like,
I didn't read the ounces. You
What?
sons of bitches.
like I understand the marketing behind it, but I feel insulted by it.
Well,
as
with the wine thing, it has to fit in the wine bottle shelves
Yes,
that are
but
in
I've seen
people's
some
homes.
weird fucking shaped wine bottles
True.
that sell just fine.
You're right. You got a good point. But there's like two parts to this, because I mean, as we've probably everybody that's listened to this, like the price of government is that's what's happening. The price of government is the less food in a bag, because that's what inflation does. And the inflation, don't let anybody just look just look up economic books and you can find out it's the government is doing inflation. That's their only
quantitative easing.
It's I know that corporations are doing their part. There's lots of things. The economy is very complicated, but inflation is not complicated. They've done it to us. So the price of government is less food in the bag. What you're saying about the size is like the corporations showing their colors, where they could just be like, hey, this is the price of government, guys. I hope you guys don't mind, but we can't give you as much for the same price. We have an overhead of $1 billion a year or some shit.
But now all of our jerky bags are tiny.
Right. Yeah, we made it smaller to show off a fuller bag of smaller amount, but
Well, and I'm sure there's also a matter of like they have a manufacturing deal for their packaging, and it's like
Probably.
to change it would cost
Exactly.
them money, and then it's like, how do we fit the nutrition
are they
labels on
being
the smaller
malevolent?
thing,
Probably
you know?
not. Probably not. It's probably
Maybe.
but
I think
but not wanting to
a more
admit.
accurate thing to say is that they're being self-serving, which of course
they'd
are,
like you not to
know.
notice.
Yeah.
Yeah. And I mean, is that good or bad? It's like you always want honesty. I feel like we as society should reward, or we as individuals should reward honest businesses over dishonest ones.
I just feel like the thing that bugs me the most about it is I feel like I'm being gaslit by it, Like it's just like, come on, man. I'm dealing with enough half-truths and blatant mistruths that are being peddled to me as like, no.
Please give
what do
me
you
my
mean?
full bag.
No, what do you mean? You're just acting crazy. It's the same as it's always been, That's how I feel when I open a bag of jerky that's the same fucking size and it has significantly and noticeably less contents. It's like, what do you think, I'm dumb? Like, fuck you guys.
Well, the answer is yeah. They
I do.
100%.
And they
I'm
have
still
data
gonna
to
buy
prove
another
that
bag,
they have
so-
data to prove that most people indeed are, and yeah, you will still buy it.
I
anyway.
will, so I'm part of the problem. But I
there
still,
you go.
I don't,
So
I don't
maybe
have
you're
to,
not
I don't have
dumb.
to be happy about it.
Yeah, true. Well, fuck that. I agree with it, and
Yeah,
I don't know
fuck
if that's
that
the
thing.
proper term either, because I'm not an economist. But shrinkflation is fucking catchy sounding, and
You just came up with your own term. Way to go.
I'm sure it exists,
I
and
yeah, I
I'm
think so.
also 90% sure I'm using it wrong. But
it's all good. Well, we're not professionals in that world anyway here. But all right, advice I give myself. This is going to come from Mr. Getchell here. You've got a list of us.
A list of things and stuff here.
We're just going to kind of listen to some quotes, a couple quotes,
See if I
And
can
then make
these ones
fun
are
of them.
written.
make fun of them, and that's really our show today. So we're gonna. This is how we're ending.
Pursue progress, not success. Which,
Let's linger there. All right.
so,
Duh. But no,
Well, it's not duh,
not duh.
'cause
That's
not
actually.
I hate it.
We're all flipping. This is the end of a two-show day. We're all kind of like, I need calories and I want to drink.
yeah, pursue
you
progress,
two,
not
though.
success. I mean, it seems like a brain dead thing to say, but you have to continue to improve to get to your success.
Yeah.
You know,
One step in front of the other.
It's like another way of
Success
saying
always
fail
changes.
forward, like we talked about
Yep.
before.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Agreed.
Agreed.
Next.
Moving on next.
Always assume you don't completely understand something. It will foster humility and create more opportunities to learn.
Shit, yeah.
Absolutely.
Which we
Fuck.
agree with. I don't think we have anything to add to that.
I'm a dumbass, and I can assume that all the time. And I'm always taught that I am a dumbass by people that are not as dumb as
I
us.
assume that I'm a dumbass, and I'm often proven correct.
Every time I open my mouth,
I
I'm
actually like
proven
this.
that I'm correct.
Overestimate your future, underestimate your past.
One
I
more
think
time.
we can overestimate your future and underestimate your past. In other words, strive for great things, but the things that have happened before, don't give them so much clout.
Let it go.
Just let it go so you can continue to move forward. Reach for the stars and hit the moon. I
Fuck
guess
yeah, dude.
basically.
Maybe don't let it go, but let it rest. Like just
Yeah.
let it leave. It's you can't change it. So
Yeah. Don't give it the energy.
learn your lessons. Don't forget about it, but don't let it define your actions moving forward.
I like it. I like it.
This is interesting. Accept this. You don't have to prove anything to anybody ever, including yourself. I struggle with that.
Shit, me too.
I mean, I think I need to prove to my boss that I'm worth not firing.
I want to prove to my dad that I'm worth loving.
But I think the implication there is that if you're focusing on proving things to yourself, they will by extension be proven to others that need it proven to them. Right? Like if I'm per my cheeky job comment, if I'm proving to myself that I can do the best job that I can at the job I've chosen to do, then my boss will automatically just value that because it's like, well, he's like, oh yeah, look at him, he's just doing it.
Right.
You know, like it speaks for itself.
True. Are we playing a losing game, though, if we're competing with ourselves all the time? Just like, you're never good enough, me. I suck, me. I don't know.
You could be, I guess. I tend to
Is
get
that what they're
motivated.
trying
I
to
tend
get
to get motivated. I don't know what the fuck he's trying to get at. It's open for
You didn't write this?
interpretation. I didn't write this.
I
one.
thought you brought this all researched
Give us the
out.
answers, Gad.
I know.
There's no answer to that.
All right, well,
I
you
think it
guys
just
fill in the
like
blanks.
celebrate your successes against yourself. It would be the antidote to that, I think.
This
It's
one's
just-
really good too, and it ties.
Cheer
into-
for yourself to get kicked in the balls. What's going on?
So we believe we don't have enough time when really we don't have enough focus. I think that's true to a point. You know, like
Well, I didn't have enough time today, so
Fair.
I'm going home to do my second 75 hard workout while I edit this podcast. So
I'm so glad I got mine done before I came.
I tried. Couldn't happen.
Shit.
So we believe we don't have enough time when really we don't have enough focus. I think on a day-to-day basis, that's actually very true. We spend a lot of time fiddle fucking around and we don't even realize it, or wasting time thinking about what we're going to do next instead of doing the things that we know we should do because we're still putting them off. You know,
Yeah.
And we're not acknowledging that. I think
could be.
that's pretty true.
Depends on the person, probably. But yeah.
I've been thinking about that 5-minute task thing from a couple of
Yeah.
episodes ago, like a lot the last few weeks. Like
Attacking every
I keep
5-minute
catching
thing.
myself because I thought I was pretty good at like, you know, just addressing things as they come up, but I kept catching it. I'm just like, I should pick that up, and then I'm like, oh, but I got to do this work. No, pick it up right now. You know,
suck at
it's
that.
just, I've been drilling
Awful
that
at
into
that.
myself since we talked about it.
That's good, though. See, more positive changes.
I'm growing.
Keep your hands inside the ride, and it should be good.
This one, I haven't read these, by the way. I just selected them.
Okay.
So this is all.
You didn't vet
fresh.
this content?
Good God.
no,
We're
I
just
didn't.
giving people willy-nilly shit? All right.
I'm just winging it.
They're adults. They'll figure it out.
Your relationships with others are merely reflections of your relationship with yourself. Get right with yourself. Get right with the world. I think that there's a lot of validity to that.
Will you read it one more
Yeah,
time?
do that again.
I'll just read the first part. That's the more important part. Your relationships with others are merely reflections of the relationship with yourself. Did I fucking tongue tie that enough?
No, I got it, though. I like it.
Jesus Christ.
You know, that makes me...
Can you trip over your words more and fit it better?
I like it better when it's fucking hard to... No, it's funny because when you write stories, like if you look at a really well thought out story, I'll take a cartoon or something, but take a character like main character's Fry from Futurama. Yeah. Each of the characters around Fry are representations of a piece of Fry. Mm-hmm. and it's kind of like that's kind of how we clump together as
like
friends.
Real life, because this is my simulation, and you guys are all just.
That's what I thought. Oh shit, you're a player one too. But it's funny because that human beings, writers have noticed that about human beings and how our friendships are, where we're like attracts like for some reason, and we all kind of represent a piece. The friends that stick around, the friends that are there, part of you, they kind of represent something that is a part of you.
Everybody's a mirror to some degree.
And as a writer, we play off of that trope, and it's super successful because it's like we instinctively know that it's like, oh yeah, that's.
Yeah. And all you guys listening right now are little mirrors of us. So don't go acting the fool.
That's right. That's right.
That
waving the flag.
The more confidence and the more accepting you are of yourself, you tend to be around more like people that way, and then you can start building off each other. But if it's the opposite, the more you hate yourself, the more negative you are on yourself, you're going to bring those people into your life.
Right.
So
angry all the time. A group of angry all the time people. Can you think of groups like that?
No, not at all. None.
All right, next.
The only scarcity in life is time. The scarcity of anything else is merely a function of how we spend our time.
I like that. It makes a little bit of not sense at the end, but the time is the most valuable thing in my mind. It's the most real, even though time itself isn't necessarily a real concept. It's kind of a made-up concept. Like our number.
I disagree with that. My whole existence in my career was very much based on time.
Yeah, you were counting down the hours.
What time did I say this?
For sure. But these are
everything.
The sextesimal system is one way to count time, and that's an old system. But
it just seems
what we do.
It seems a little bit asinine whenever people tell me like, "Well, time's just a human construct."
Well, screw you, Shaiden. I'm an asinine kind of guy.
You know what?
It all comes to an end.
Suck my asinine, Shaiden.
It is, but it's just our attempt at creating systems of measurement to quantify our surroundings.
It's a recording of when something happened.
Does that invalidate it just because we created it in order to attempt to put a framework into our?
But do we understand
reality,
our creation all the way to where it doesn't break down and physical in physics and stuff? That's I think the question.
If you ask somebody to be somewhere important at 3:30 and they decide to show up at 6 because time is just a construct, you're probably going to be fucking pissed if that's what you think. And
I'm talking more physics and stuff, guys. Calm down.
Time is really interesting too, because due to the nature of light and the fact that it has a speed, and this is going to bend your brain a little bit if any of you have never heard this, but due to the nature of light and the fact that it has velocity, if you look far enough in any direction, you will end at the beginning of time.
On the beam of light? If you're on the beam of light?
Because that's how we perceive reality, right? Is by light traveling to us.
Mm-hmm.
So if you look at something really far away in space, you're looking into the past.
Mm-hmm.
You're perceiving the past,
Mm-hmm.
right? So in essence, if you look far enough in any direction, you will get to the origin of light.
Tight.
Weird, right?
Fucking bro.
I still little nerd moment inserted in our.
Well, I started this by saying, whatever time is, I've read some physics stuff where, there's a place where they guard time in the United States, and it's just a silly concept, but it is useful. But I started by saying that it's my most valuable thing because it does seem very real. And I wake up going, I want more time in the day. I want more time.
Yeah.
Whatever these increments are, I fucking want more. And it's by far more valuable than money. It's by far more valuable than, gratification.
I don't know how you can say that time is just.
I'm not a physics major, so I'm not going to explain it. But if you want to look into it, you can look into that question, and there'll be smarter people than me.
And there is a amount of time within that.
I know, Jeff, but it's also called different words in other places, and those words actually break down. The concept itself breaks down, like the sextesimal system of 60 seconds, 60 minutes, 365 days a year, all that stuff. These are all things that we've agreed upon.
I get what you're saying.
Yeah. So the concept of time that we hold so dear is actually the American version is in a bunker somewhere protected by guards and shit, like the actual clock. It's fucking silly.
There's just another way
there's other
ways to count is what you're saying.
Yeah, but even even the concept itself breaks down in the quantum and in the big. So
You know
anyway.
what's stupid?
Well, based upon what I
Is
just
that
said,
everything
time is
isn't-
non-linear.
Exactly.
Like,
Yeah, it's certainly not exactly like we deal with it as
Right.
little monkeys.
I don't understand why we just don't use a 24-hour clock like
I love military time.
I
That's
don't-
the best.
It drives me nuts.
Yeah.
It's so less
You never.
confusing.
Yeah.
What time did I meet there? 8 o'clock, a.m. or p.m.? How about just 0800?
Yeah. For sure.
Or 2000 hours p.m. It's, let's make it easy.
I like that. I'm for it.
me too.
Your greatest and only enemy is your own mind. I agree with that too.
Yeah.
Because,
Your only enemy?
well, you may not be somebody that I like, but I don't like you because what's in my head, because what you did to me and how I perceived it. I see you now as an enemy, but it's really how my mind perceived what happened.
I guess.
I don't know. Yeah, that one feels like
I
I'd have to
agree with
think
the
about
first
more.
half of it, where it's like your mind is your greatest enemy.
And your own, well, being your only enemy, it is the filter of last.
It's all-
I don't know. That's a hard one.
yeah.
I'm not equipped to discuss. I don't know.
I guess I don't know if I necessarily disagree, but I don't know what the value of framing it.
That kind of
way
gets it
is,
into
you
my
know?
time thing where it's like it's not useful to think like that, but it's true probably.
Yeah. Yeah.
And that was the last one.
Was it? Fuck.
Yeah.
Well, this is a short ride this
Yeah,
week, you
those
guys.
weren't overly exciting. I probably should have.
Do you guys want to let's end on a light note? You want to do a quick would you rather?
Yeah, let's do it.
I'm sure I have some left in the list from before. Let's see if I can find a good one.
In the meantime, we'll just like police stories, Jeff stories from police. Yeah. All right, that's all I got.
Okay, would you rather only be able to wash your hair twice a year, or only be able to check your phone once a day?
You just asked two balls.
Well, yeah, I was gonna say two bald guys asking that. Well, let's see.
Okay, wash your body.
Fuck, I'm almost at the point where only once a day on your phone,
Yeah, only once a day on the phone. I'm good with that.
or never wash your. Or wait, what was it again?
Wash your body twice a year, or check your phone once a day.
You're right. I should have not picked a hair one. That was silly.
Yeah, fucking look at this. I'm like, fuck my hair. Fuck it forever. I'd rather wash my body, but I don't know. Once a day is fine, probably. That's kind of what I do when I'm working through the SKATCAST marathon each week. So I'm fine. I'll pick phone.
Yeah, I'll go phone.
Or I'll pick, yeah.
I'll go phone. You gotta wash.
Yeah.
You gotta wash things, man.
I mean, I'm stinky, but I don't want to get like all fucked up.
Yeah, I don't
stinky.
want to get fungus.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay, would you rather be able to change the future or the past just by imagining it?
Past. Oh, wait.
The past.
I'd say future.
Yeah, future. Yeah, I would say future.
I'm
But
going future.
But how do you change something that you don't know what it's going to be?
yeah, that's the thing. I would do
But
But
things.
you
can't-
imagine it, right? I mean,
Yeah.
I guess change, but like you just like if you can just imagine.
If
the
you can
future.
predict the future, I think it should be. Would you rather be able to predict the future or change the past?
Yeah.
I'd rather be able to predict the future
Well, for sure.
because
Okay.
you can't change something that hasn't happened yet.
Both of them would be nice, but yeah.
Okay, I agree. I would go with the future.
Shane's like, you
I
can
just found a funny one though.
All right.
We can end on this one. This will be our last one.
Okay.
Would you rather turn pink every time someone says hello, or get really angry every time someone says bless you?
I kind of get angry when someone says "bless you" anyway.
Oh, shit.
But I'm talking like instant rage.
Hello, I'd take pink. I'd just be pink guy. Yeah, I'd be pink guy. I mean, blushing, basically. Or your whole body's pink? Is that the whole... You decide. Are we all pink? Like,
I think it says you turn pink, so I think your whole body goes pink.
what a conversation starter. I mean, because there's nothing bad. They said hello, and you're like, I'm so,
Oh, gee.
yeah. Like, I mean, that's endearing, I think.
I guess between the two, I mean, it's the less volatile. I'll go pink.
I mean,
You know,
yeah, raging out at people over bless you would... Fuck.
I'm going to go with the bless you.
Just to be that guy.
I mean, I kind of.
Just to go to
I
prison.
never understood
Once
it
again,
anyway,
it's a
so.
good litmus test for real friends, right? It's like if they're willing to put up with me, like they would just fuck with me at parties too.
Bless you,
Be
baby.
like, guys, watch this. Bless you. Fucking what?
You don't know me.
I'm leaving.
Oh, I'm pink. He's pissed. You're pink.
Yeah. But
This has been just a ride.
but I kind of really, that bless you thing, I just never understand. I'm like, why does everybody say that all the time?
You know what I
For the sneezing and
You know what I
shit?
constantly reply to bless you with, and it's totally just dumb.
And also
but
with you?
But it amuses me. Somebody says bless you, I go, on whose authority?
Fuck. I'm a Discordian Pope, so on mine.
Who are you trying
So
to
are
bless
and
me
so
in
are
the
you.
name of right now? Because your answer might depend upon whether or not I'm okay with it.
I had a friend say possess you when I sneezed one time,
Possess you.
and I was like, God damn, dude. All right, that's going far into the Satan world, bro.
Sneezes are just demons escaping your body, dude.
Yeah, that's what he said
You
to
need
me.
to be blessed. You should be thanking them for that.
Right? But I like the authority thing. But we've already talked about this. You're all everyone that's listened to this is a Discordian Pope. We've made them Discordian Popes. The rule is to stick apart, and you'll be fine. You should be good. But and you can also make now other people Discordian Popes. Your power is magic, make believe shit. So who gives a fuck?
I love that.
It comes from it's the religion of the subhuman, I believe is what it's called. But it's a 70s thing. A bunch of interesting cats making a religion to take the piss out of
Discordianism
stuff.
is so fun.
Yeah.
Hail Eris.
Hell, hey, fucking A, you know stuff. So, all right, it's a fun little deal. But we're done with the ride. This is a shorter
The ride is
this week.
over.
Yes.
In fact, we're the last three fuckers sitting on the ride. Everybody already got off.
Yeah.
The amusement park shut off all the lights.
They're
They went
mopping
home.
shit.
We're gonna have to climb the gate to get out.
Yeah. Are we legal? Did we screw up our lives? We're in a fucking amusement park. They locked it down. We didn't say anything. We're walking around. Are we going to jail for this? What's going on?
I don't think so. I mean,
I'm asking you
We
like
didn't
you're a
hide.
fucking lawyer in Florida.
We paid admission.
they were paid admission. We didn't hide. They just didn't take us off the ride.
That's fair.
So I think we're good.
Hell yeah.
Well, my
Let's
arms
turn
are-
it all back on. Let's go.
Yeah,
now
keep
it's
going.
illegal.
My arms are tired from
Now
riding.
now I'm just thinking of National Lampoon's Vacation.
Great movie. That was a fun one. Wally World.
I was always tempted to like hide in a shopping mall and wait for it to close.
Wasn't that so?
Who's the moosiest moose we know? Marty Moose. Who's the star of our favorite show? Marty Moose.
Who?
I don't remember it now.
M is for something. It goes off, doesn't it? It's kind of a long one.
Well, thanks for listening, guys. You can get a hold of us at justaridepod@gmail.com.
Just a rock hard.
And thank you to all of our Patreon folks. We've had some new ones recently, and super thankful as always to you guys for helping the shit to continue to be perpetual.
We'll spend that unwisely.
Yeah, extremely unwisely.
Probably
I
in
think,
Vegas
I bought Cheez-Its.
Cheez-Its.
Just kidding. I can't eat those right now.
That's right. You can't eat
75
shit.
Harding.
You guys are hard every day, all day.
Hard
as fuck.
AF.
I'm proud of you guys. Good job.
But yeah, a
To all of you
couple
listening,
little
too.
shout outs. I'm sorry if I miss anybody, but for some of our new Patreons, we got John Whitehorn,
Thank you, John.
aka
John.
Ben Bod.
Ben Bob. Ben Bob.
We got Alicia,
At least
which I'm assuming is our Alicia.
Is it?
I think so.
I haven't talked to her. for
I haven't.
many moons.
I haven't met another one with that particular spelling, so I'm thinking that's probably
We'll
her.
always take a sovereign sister in our
Yeah,
group.
hell yeah.
For sure.
Thanks so much. We got a couple of funny emails. We might dig into those next episode. And we got James Cornelson.
Oh, yeah.
James
I saw that
Cornelson.
name.
Yeah.
Thank you, brother.
Yeah. I
You're
think
riding with us and you're helping us.
I think that's it for our newbies. But thank you to all you guys. We appreciate you so much.
Yeah. We're going to waste your money on making the Reasonablest Party a nuisance in this fucking world.
Yeehaw!
All right. Well, thanks to the Trusted Turd Triad, Don and Chris and Bodie for being awesome to us every week. And thank you to the Godhead for stirring up trouble, too. Being kind of right in the Reasonablest Party wheelhouse, I think.
Yeah.
And to the Garbage Disposal, Alan, our buddy, for doing what he does to spread to smear the scat, is what they like to say.
Smear the scat.
Smearing the scat. And thanks for listening to SKATCAST Tuesdays and the Dipshit Files Wednesdays and the David Angus Show Thursdays. And this is my favorite way to end a week with my friends
Me
on
too.
Fridays.
And hey, don't be shy to share the show.
Yeah,
That'd
you
be
can
good.
spread it. Yeah,
Yeah.
actually, we
Spread
see
the
you
love.
guys spreading it. It's quite a
Share
bit
it.
of spreading.
Yeah.
Share. That's how we
We
how
grow.
we get bigger.
The more we
indeed.
grow, the more cool shit we can do, the more fun we'll have, and the more viable the Reasonablest Party becomes.
Yes, let's see what happens. And we've got some big ideas for it. We'll see. It seems like it's needed for Maybe we're not the
saying,
right people for it, but
the annual Christmas
the
party is
idea.
going to be a wild rave. That's all I'm saying.
No shit. We're going to just be we had great intentions, and then we went to our heads, and now we
Drugs
just do
and vending
raves and the
machines
fucking. It's a fire festival all over again.
Kids choking on glow sticks.
All right. Well, thank you guys. You can check out the Patreon, as you know, and as always, we'll talk at you in the future.
It'll seem like the present.
Bye, boys.
See ya.
It's just a ride. Whoa, oh, it's just a ride.
Bing.
Bow.
Wow, yours seemed a little airy. Are you okay?
You all right?
I feel it like I prolapsed.
You need to get a doctor.